And here we go. Hey, everyone. Welcome to episode 25 of Preparing to Podcast, coming to you live from Studio Chuck in beautiful East York.
East York, Ontario.
East York, Ontario.
Yes.
Joining me as always, the fabulous and talented
Chuck Byrne.
What's your name again? Chuck.
And
Chuck, it's
you
nice to
are-
meet you. I am confused as to where I am. I am Ted
Confused
Morris.
as to where I am. There you go. It's a beautiful day.
It's a beautiful day.
Finally. It's
Yeah.
been a long wait this year.
I finally got my winter tires off today.
Really?
Yeah. It's like I feel like it's safe. I'm not going
I'm
up
actually-
north anywhere anytime soon. It's going to be fine. I don't have any gigs. It's fine.
It's the last week of May. Is it safe in Canada to take off your snow tires?
I base it on gigs. If
I always, this year I didn't experience it. Usually we get the late, flurry. We
Yeah.
kind of get a late few centimeters, to be correct, of snow. And we didn't get that. But we also didn't get any kind of pleasant weather at all for spring.
No.
It was just kind of rainy and cold. It was a wonderful November this spring.
It was a wonderful November in April.
Yeah, if it had been November and that was the weather, we would have been like, this is great.
Look at this.
This is fantastic.
Indian November. That
There's no
sounds
leaves on the
offensive.
trees. It's rainy, but I can't see my breath. That would be wonderful.
Yeah.
That would be a wonderful
Getting
little
my
fall.
Christmas shopping done.
Yeah. Have you started?
Yep.
Really?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'll get you something nice this year.
Well, the problem is if I buy something for someone like 6 months ahead of Christmas, I'm just going to give it to them before Christmas.
You get excited?
Well, yeah, but also
Open mine first. Open mine first.
Well, generally speaking, if I buy somebody a gift that isn't specific to an occasion, it's an impulse buy, and I'm excited about giving it to them, right? Because that's why you bought it. It's like, I saw this, I thought of you, and
Yeah, if I buy stuff too early, I will hide it somewhere, and then I will discover it several days after Christmas.
I'm like that with broccoli in my fridge.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How did that get in here?
And the only reason I know that it's broccoli is because that's the only green vegetable usually in my fridge, right? Like I can determine, okay, well that's broccoli's
That
gone terribly
used to be
bad.
broccoli.
And those mushrooms have gone terribly bad.
And those mushrooms I didn't even buy. They just showed up on the broccoli.
It's amazing. I am surprised that like if you leave your potatoes long enough, you'll get extra potatoes.
Yeah.
But if you leave mushrooms long enough, you just kind of get this container of sludge.
Yeah, you get kombucha.
Oh, yeah, kombucha.
That is how you get kombucha.
Yes, hippie tea.
It is just
Low alcohol hippie tea.
It's just a dare. It's like, I should have cleaned out my crisper. Dare you to drink it.
You know, I find
It's tingly.
people talk about the health benefits, but I also find that it's anyone who's drinking kombucha for the health benefits.
Does not look healthy. They look sad.
They already have what I would consider a moderately healthy lifestyle. You know what I mean?
So they're just rubbing it in your face. They're like, I eat brown rice
I don't know if the reason you feel good is that you're drinking kombucha. I think it's the fact that you're a vegan who lives on a farm and ranches organic eggs. That's probably, you're not eating cheeseburgers and chips all day long. I don't know if it's the kombucha that's making you feel good. It's the lack of toxic.
It's everything else you're doing. Yeah, this whole fermented foods. It's like, well, you gotta eat something that's slightly rotten. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. You had me at sour cream.
You had me at sour cream, and then you lost me at kombucha and kimchi.
Do you know the process by which is sour cream just cream that's gone bad, or do they just do something different to it? I don't actually know.
These days, they probably just do something to it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That would be my guess.
Put it in a room and scare it.
I've got a fairly large backlog of dairy-based questions.
All right, I can answer more of them than you would think.
When I buy I buy a lot of coffee creamer.
Okay.
Right? That's one of my staples at the grocery store is coffee creamer, and there's no name brand coffee creamer. 10%. It's just 10% milk. And
cream, you're not getting you're not getting a non-dairy creamer.
I don't consider anything under 18% cream, right?
Okay,
the 10%
but it is a
the
dairy
half
product.
and half.
It's not like coffee whitener.
No. I don't buy the what is it, the carnation or like the French vanilla hazelnut.
International secrets or whatever.
Yeah, it's for people who don't like coffee every day, right? If you're drinking your coffee in the morning and you think, why isn't this a milkshake? This product is for you.
I wish this had more cinnamon in it.
Yeah. And I don't mind a sprinkle. If you're an occasional coffee drinker and you want to do it up like a, giant French dessert, God bless.
Do it.
But if every day you're drinking, I need a half-fat, decaf, 2-pump, lump, beep, bloop, bloop, flat white. Yeah. You wonder why your life is so stressful? That's why your life is so stressful, because you can't just walk up to a counter and go, I'd like some coffee.
I'd like some coffee, please.
Yeah.
I'd like a half-cap, decaf.
Yeah, every time you walk up to the counter, you're like, I would like a birthday party.
No sugar, blah, blah. Yeah, I've seen people order stuff at Starbucks, and I'm like, are they just going to give you an empty cup? Is that what you just ordered? An empty cup?
Yeah, they're open non-fat milk and no caffeine,
no
coffee.
sugar, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
Grow
I
up.
would like all the ingredients with the reason why there are ingredients removed.
Boo.
Like sugar is an ingredient for a specific reason. I would like that reason removed. I just want the taste and not the benefit.
I don't want the fun.
Yeah, and the only real reason I could think to ever drink decaffeinated coffee is that you have a heart issue.
Yeah, just don't drink coffee then. I would just cut it out. I don't love the taste of coffee so much that I'm like, I'm just. If it's not giving me a tiny buzz, then I don't care.
Yeah. Well, I remember when
That's a good point.
David Letterman had his quintuple bypass or whatever he had, and afterwards he was not allowed to drink coffee, and every time he took a sip from his mug, they'd play a little jingle on the show. Decaffeinated coffee is tasteless brown water. Yeah, it was just he really hated the decaffeinated coffee, but his heart was barely pumping.
I mean, I had a fun little arrhythmia after I had heart surgery. That was just from having heart surgery, and even then they were still giving me coffee in the hospital. I'm like, I can drink this. Like, yeah. What's the worst that's going to happen? You're in the hospital.
It's one of those repeat business deals.
That was the reason they weren't letting me home, is because I had this arrhythmia. No. And the nurse on my final day, when I thought I was going to be able to escape, every time she went to check my pulse, if my arrhythmia was acting up, I'd distract her with something. So we'd have a little conversation about something. And then she'd be like, okay, I think it's fine. And then I would let her check me. I'm like, just let me go home. I'm pretty sure that this will be fine as soon as I go home.
I remember, I think this might be the only time I've ever had surgery was when I had my appendix out.
Gross.
And then I had one of those catch-22 situations of, we will not feed you food, like I was on the clear diet, Jell-O and liquids and whatnot. But they wouldn't give me food until I'd had a bowel movement, because I had had an intestinal
and how am I supposed to have a bowel movement with no food in me?
That was the problem. And so, wonderful lady, my first stepmother, my dad's second wife, Roseanne, drove down from Montreal to visit me at the hospital and came
burgers?
in. That's exactly what she did.
Really?
And she said, what can I do for you? And I said, they won't feed me. And she said, I'll be back in 20 minutes. And she went to the Harveys next door and literally brought me a bag of cheeseburgers. I don't know if I've ever had anyone do something that nice to me since. Like, it was.
No, I've never done anything nice.
It was the straight, like she walked in, asked, I said, I'm hungry, I want cheeseburgers. And she just turned around and walked out the door. That was it. She was on her way.
I'm not a doctor. I didn't know you're allowed to eat.
She was a lovely woman, Italian, French, Canadian. And so the food was constant and delicious.
Yeah, they're really obsessed with your bowel movements in the hospital.
In the hospital, yeah.
You're very excited. Did you have bowel movements today? No. Did you pass any gas? Yeah, I passed some gas. Oh, that's good. That's good.
You just reminded me of. Have you seen the film The Madness of King George?
Probably.
It's all about King George, the guy who had lost America.
Yeah.
And there was a period of time where he went mad. Like, he just kind of went completely crazy.
It's so hard to tell when a royal has gone mad.
Well, I think I remember at the end of it, there's the little post-credit. People nowadays think it was probably lead poisoning or whatever he was having.
Lead poisoning or syphilis. Everyone had syphilis.
But there's all these scenes throughout the movie where, the king's doctors, who are all just a bunch of witch doctors at that point,
some leeches at him.
In the 1700s, they're just constantly examining his poops. They're constantly examining his poops. But apparently his poops were blue. Which
I had purple poops when I ate way too many blueberries on a canoe trip.
I've had
one time.
I've
had purple. I've had blue. I've had pure white.
Blue, really?
And it was more purple. I've had green.
Purple seems like a color that wouldn't alarm me. black doesn't alarm me necessarily.
Black should alarm you.
No, black is
bad.
well, no, black
Tarry black stools.
Yes.
Melina,
the only
as we
reason
like to call it. It's a beautiful name,
It's
but
the
also
post- it's
means
the
tarry
post-
black stools.
it's the post-Pepto poop. After you've had your exorbitant night of drinking and carrying on and late night pizzas.
And you think the Pepto's going to help.
The Pepto
and then you
does.
forget you've had Pepto.
No. The Pepto does help, and then you drink a bunch of Pepto to soothe the stomach. But then, I guess that's what Pepto does. Is it just it works in the bowel or something, whatever it does. But it fixes.
I don't know what this stuff does. I just take it and it works.
I take it because I had a friend suggest that I take it when I had an upset stomach, and I took it once, and I felt like Jesus himself had healed me.
It's in the jingle.
It was unbelievable.
Upset stomach diarrhea.
Yeah. And but yeah, it will turn. Well, I don't know if it turns everybody's poop black because I haven't done the research on it, but it does turn my poop.
Yeah, it's not great. Black poo, generally speaking.
That would be a bad. Well, yeah.
Unexplained
if I
black
hadn't
poo.
Exactly.
Bad.
Unexplained shift in anything bothers me.
Yeah, a shit shift.
Well,
Terrible.
but do you do that? Like I always do that when I have an upsetting bowel movement.
You're like, did I have beets? I hope I had beets. Did I only eat beets yesterday?
But that's what I do is I backtrack, and I will say this lately: 90% of the time when I have to backtrack to what has caused this upsetting issue on the toilet,
Poor choices. Poor life choices.
it's a lot of it is shawarma based. a lot of my issues in the bathroom are shawarma based.
Fair enough.
And I don't care. I'm going to keep eating this shawarma.
They're delicious.
It's my healthy choice. The shawarma that's how bad my choices are. The shawarma is my healthy choice.
All right, fair enough.
Well, give a double cheeseburger or shawarma. I would say shawarma's
It's
healthy
a better
choice.
yes.
At least the healthier choice.
But that's
of the
like
two.
12 beers or 10 beers. Why? I only had 10.
Yeah.
I went for the healthier choice.
No. Don't worry. It's diet vodka.
It's
Diet
fine.
vodka. Although I know a lot of women that use vodka as a diet tool.
Yes.
Yeah, vodka club sodas.
Like these are my calories for the day.
These are my calories. I had a lime slice.
And a lime slice, and I had a little olive in there.
Yeah,
Make sure I get some vegetables.
Truth be told, I didn't actually eat the lime. It just sat in the drink.
That's fine.
So it was more of an essence of vitamin C.
None of us are sailors. None of us are in danger of getting scurvy.
Really? How long do you have to go without fruit before you're going to get scurvy?
Months. How long has it been?
I don't know. They used to give us an apple at school.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
Yeah.
You haven't learned anything in a.
But I imagine
long
like
time.
everything's fortified nowadays, right? Like,
It's hard to avoid vitamin C.
yeah. And that's my other
It's everywhere.
whenever I have an upset, whenever I have one of those toilet issues, that's one of my default.
Massive doses of vitamin C.
It's my personal
just
first.
witchcraft.
It's my personal first aid is whenever I feel there's trouble in the mechanism, I go and drink like a liter of freshly squeezed orange juice as like that'll take care of it.
It's fine.
Right? It's just like you don't need to change the oil. Just pour more oil in it.
Yeah, I get the sense that like balanced diet is not your thing. Just responding to crises is
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. I mean, I would
And once a week, something green.
given the choice, I would eat very healthy and very well.
You have the choice.
No. Because
shawarma
it's
exists.
an ease of use thing. Like, I know myself well enough to know I'm not going to make myself shrimp every night, shrimp in a salad every night, right? Some, wonderful, scampi type of thing, and then a nice big salad full of avocados and all sorts of exotic things. And
Shrimp take 2 seconds to cook.
Nice. I
Some
know.
butter, some garlic, a little lemon.
But the collecting of all of the ingredients,
You don't have to go farm the shrimp.
the scheduling of when I'm going to cook it. I don't live a life where I have. This is what I do on
Gumption.
Monday. This is what I do on Tuesday, right? Like it's, and so as a result, I have to schedule doing something like that.
I did quite enjoy when I had a personal trainer and they gave me a meal plan. I loved someone being like, "This is what you eat, and this is what time you eat it."
Yeah, I'd
Do
probably
this.
do well with that.
It worked great.
Yeah, I've always thought I'd do well. Not so much in the army, because like with getting up early and the push-ups. And but I thought maybe prison or a communist state might be a nice place to live.
Communist state is not a nice place to live.
Have you lived in a communist state?
I've lived in the tail end of a communist state.
Tail end of, where were you?
In Moscow. I was in Russia for.
You were in Moscow?
In the 90s, you know.
Moscow in the 90s. Were you in the denim business?
No, I was
making some cake in the denim business.
I worked at the Canadian Embassy. I worked at the bar in the embassy on Friday nights, and
that must have been fun.
Everything was $1.
Yeah, that's why it's fun.
A U.S. dollar, and yeah,
a U.S. dollar is perfect.
And if there was anyone causing trouble, you just got the RCMP guy to come downstairs. So like, someone's got a gun.
Is that who it is that guards Canadian embassies? Is the RCMP?
Yeah, it depends on where you are.
Yeah.
Generally speaking, no one really tries to mess with... Like, living around the world, all the American embassies look like prisons. Yeah. And then all the Canadian embassies are in, like, beautiful stately homes.
Yeah, it looks like a community center.
Come on in.
Yeah. Well, and that's what you get when you don't, burn people's villages. Yeah. Yeah. Instead, you just you can come live here.
You want to live here? It's cold.
Bring a coat.
It gets cold.
Bring a coat. Yeah. You're welcome to come, but bring a coat.
Yeah.
And you're allowed to complain about the weather.
Yeah,
but don't expect anyone to ever do anything about it.
No, we can't.
No. It's
bundle up.
There's a reason why not a lot of people live in Canada. And there's a reason why not a lot of people live in like northern Russia, because it's just not a pleasant place to live.
No. I mean, even southern Russia is not ideal. It's full of Russians.
I can't think. I guess it's just the way that the earth is we don't have the same thing in the southern hemisphere. I guess it's just the tip of South America, really. Like that's the closest thing to the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Antarctica, but I don't really count that. It's just like that's the top and the bottom, right?
We ignore those.
Well, I mean, they say Antarctica is a continent, but show me a tree, I'll show you a continent.
I don't think that's the definition of continent.
Maybe it should be.
I beg to differ. This is a hill I'm going to die on, I think. I think this is where I take my stand.
It's just a big rock. I guess they're all just big rocks, but that's a particularly
I believe that's the definition of continent.
A big rock?
Just a big rock.
I think it's probably to do something with the plates and whatnot.
Sure.
The plates.
Sure.
I don't know. Are North and South America on the same... No, because there's more plates than there are continents. Yes. Like the whole thing is just like a big shifting... I remember when I first saw those pictures of like the plates and stuff, I really had like the...
Were you terrified?
I kind of had the thought, hey, there really isn't a lot holding this whole thing together that we're living on.
Bad idea. I watched a video of lightning strikes today. I'm like, that is a weird thing. Like, that's a terrifying thing to happen. Why do we live on a planet where just randomly electricity comes out of the sky and makes things explode?
I like it as a reminder of, to humanity, that it's like the Earth just kind of reminding you, hey, you're no big deal.
Yeah. I know capricious and random.
Yeah. I know you got a trillionaire who sent a car into space, but at any moment, at any time, I'm just going to wipe you off.
Zap.
Yeah. I'm just going to give you a shake.
Crazy.
Yeah. Well, like the tsunami.
Yeah.
Remember when the tsunami happened?
Yeah.
The tsunami was one of those things when it happened where I was like, you always think it could happen, right? I've seen, tsunami watch areas, and you hear the tsunami warning horns.
I've heard the songs.
And Japan had a few small ones, but I always think of Japan as like earthquake central a little bit.
Sure.
But when the big, it was just one of those things that like you hear about all the time, and it never really shows up, and then all of a sudden, oh yeah, the island of Java exploded, and
oops.
1.5 billion people are now lost their homes or something.
Well, no one learned the lesson. If all the animals are running in one direction, join them. Join them. You are an animal. You just don't have the same instincts that they do. But if all the wildlife is just taking off in one direction, you book it with them as quickly as possible, and then find out what they're running from afterwards.
Follow the birds.
Follow the birds.
Yeah, follow the birds.
Oh, if the ocean disappears, don't start taking pictures and be like, where'd the ocean go? Because it's coming back. It's coming back to get you.
Because not all the animals are savvy, right? Like, like a lot of cats will just sit there.
Yeah.
And
They're like, all right, I got 9 lives. Let's do this.
And dogs might just freak out, but you don't necessarily know why they're, you know what I mean? Because they can sense the drop in pressure. Dogs are good for tornadoes because they can sense the drop in air pressure.
Tornadoes. Dogs are good for seizures.
Seizures too, yes.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I've seen the helper dogs with the people on their seizures.
With seizures and low blood sugar. That's the one that blows my mind. They're like, you need some juice. Or they just run
really?
and they go get your juice. If you're diabetic, they're like, you need some juice.
That's great.
They go grab
But
juice.
what I don't understand is, I mean, I guess the only reason that you're drinking juice is it's the quickness of how quickly the sugar gets into your blood system. Okay. Because I remember I lived with a diabetic for a very long well, not for a very long time, but for a few years. He was a comedian.
Until he died.
Kerry Talmadge. Well, I didn't live with him until he died. He subsequently died. He didn't die while I was living with him. I just want to be clear in case the RCMP are listening in Moscow. But his thing is he always had like Snickers bars in the fridge.
Well, that's because they really satisfy. That had nothing to do with his diabetes.
Well, I think it was part of the reason why he had such a trouble with his diabetes is like his low blood sugar cure was to eat, a Snickers bar, which was like,
It's like that works, but then you have
keeping
diabetes.
He's keeping him in the fruit crisper. You could put apples in there too, man. Right?
Apples keep doctors away, and I have diabetes, so I need doctors around me.
Yes, you
so
need
I eat chocolate.
constant medical care. He was, he did. He had a kidney transplant and cocaine habit. I don't know if the two are related. No, probably not.
Cocaine's fine for your kidneys.
Is it?
I don't know.
I know it's bad. I know it's bad for your.
It's bad for your nasal septum.
Well, I was going to say your pocketbook and personal relationships.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And your nasal septum. If you just want one big nostril.
I'm not half as worried about my nasal septum as I am about my pocketbook and personal relationships.
Fair enough. Different priorities.
In that order. Pocketbook, personal relationships. Because if you have a big enough pocketbook, you're not going to have to worry about your personal relationships. Exactly.
Buy some friends.
So the other thing I want to, not the other thing.
We haven't talked about anything. Welcome to Headlines and Tangents. This is the Headline and Tangent Show.
Oh, well, that was something that I thought I should bring up because we've been having this rebranding debate about the podcast.
Is it a debate or is it just a procrastinatory
It was a procrastination. The problem is I went to take action on it this week.
Oh, why? Why take action?
I was gonna do title changes. I was gonna do the whole big thing, and I was gonna invest some time, and then I
decided not to.
No, I typed in "happily distracted," and there already is a happily distracted podcast.
Did you leave them a bad review?
No,
that's what I do. When I was like, oh man,
it's like an ADHD thing, which makes sense. Happily distracted. That's the appropriate title for an ADHD based. But
there's whole song playlists.
I thought I should
ADHD
come back to you. I mean, we can go. Joyfully Distracted is available. Yeah. We could just say Headlines and Tangents might be all right.
Headlines and Tangents.
Headlines and Tangents or tangentially. I can't even say the word.
Tangentially.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, it is now.
I'm so scared of saying it. I'm not even going to try repeating it after you gave me the example.
Tangentially.
It's like one of those.
Use it in a sentence.
Yeah, it was like one of those French tapes.
What is the root of the word?
I just saw. Have you seen? I don't know if you're quoting the. I'm
not quoting anything. I'm just being in a spelling bee right now. Yeah.
It's Will Forte.
Yes.
From Saturday Night Live and numerous MacGruber.
Yeah.
And it's him at the spelling bee, and it's him with just that perfect quiet voice, and he asks him, the word is business. Could you use it in a sentence? It's like that is my business, or plumbing is my business, and could you repeat the word? He does all of it, and then he starts spelling it, and it's just LQQRTRQQERQ. And I don't know how long he goes on for. It's got to be a minute and a half. Look it up. It's Will Forte, spelling bee. And it's just one of those, like, perfect jokes that go on for so long that it's funny. It stops being funny. Yep. It's funny again. It stops being funny. And then it's just incredibly like, I'm so happy he's still going on doing like each, and him, no flinch, just pure Q, hue. It's just, oh yeah, absolutely beautiful. Will Forte is one of those guys who could really do the flat line.
Tangentially. Can you use that in a sentence? Chuck is scared to say the word tangentially.
Tangentially. I'm not even going to try to spell it. I can't even say it.
LQQRFR tangentially. Oh,
I'm
he's
fine.
dying. Chuck's dying. It's fine.
I'm fine.
I can write out the rest of this podcast without you.
I'm fine. I didn't even get to the thing that I was going to bring up.
Nope. Because we went on a tangent.
Oh, okay. There was a few things.
All right.
One of them is Mr. Canoe. He's the premier of Manitoba.
Every time you say it, I think Mr. Canoe Head, and I go right back to the Frantics.
Oh, yeah. I remember Mr. Canoe Head.
Right?
Yeah, I remember Mr. Canoe Head. That was fun. Whatever happened to
Canoe
that?
got welded to his head.
Yeah.
It got welded to his head. I do a show with one of the Frantics. I've done it 2 years in a row, this little fundraiser.
Yeah.
I was like, I remember you.
Yeah.
I remember you from the 80s.
It was a lot of fun. I remember, yeah, Mr. Canoe Head. That was a big hit in Canada. It was. I mean, it doesn't take a lot to make us. It's a fairly unique superhero, Mr. Canoe Head. Yeah. But I guess they had a first ministers meeting, and they're all lined up at the table taking questions from the press. Or I don't know if it was all of the ministers, but I know Manitoba and Alberta and I believe BC were there, and I think they were talking about pipelines and whatnot.
Pipelines, of
But
course.
Danielle Smith, the non-separatist yet kind of separatist premier of Alberta,
I don't understand what she does. I genuinely don't know why.
it was so great because she's from all indications that I can see, just a stooge for the oil companies. Right?
Makes sense. Okay.
A lot of conservative premiers in Alberta have been, over the years, just kind of stooges for the oil companies. Yep. They give a lot of cash handouts to people, right? They give like Alberta rebates to people, and it's just payoffs to make you think like, oh, they sent me $1,000. They must be doing a good job, right? I mean, I don't have any health care or social infrastructure, but all right, I got my $1,000.
And the water is thick.
Head on down to the VLTs and see if I can turn it into $50. And that's why, like, the people that are funding this Alberta separatist thing are all Americans. They're all oil company. It's all big business.
Yeah.
It's people that are staring at the tar sands going,
It's not that dirty.
Pot
It's
of
not
gold.
that dirty.
It's a pot of gold.
Yeah.
And who's
Dirty
going
gold.
to get the pot of gold, right? And so they, when you actually talk to the people who are like the on the ground separatist people, they're just fucking unemployable loons, right? And so somebody from America, from some political action whatnot,
We know how to deal with
offers to
unemployed
pay
loons.
$500,000 a year to get on get on the horn and just start screaming about separate. All right, the best job you ever had. It's how Trump gets people.
Yeah.
Right? Pete Hegseth, you think he was ever going to be Secretary of Defense? Do you think anything on his resume?
Secretary of War, please.
But anything on his resume led you to believe that he was ever going to have a serious job? He was a commentator on Fox News, right? There was no indication that he was on a path towards something better.
No. But then he slicked his hair back. And you're like, oh, that's a man to
and
take
he's willing
seriously.
to put on a show for the Trump show.
Yep.
So that's how he gets in. And so anyway, Danielle Smith, she answers this question because what it is the Alberta courts said you can't have the referendum. You didn't ask any of the Aboriginal people, and they have to advise
they're like,
and
we have
consent on this.
treaties.
And so she's answering this question, and she's saying, well, we have to be, it's not quite clear what advise and consent means. Like she's trying to half measure this. and you got the first Aboriginal premier sitting 2 chairs down from me, and he goes, and that's the great thing about this guy, is he piped up. So many people would just sit here and let her fucking spew her bullshit, her fucking half-measure bullshit, and he piped up, and he's like, well, it is affecting treaty rights. You can't say that putting up an international border, which some people want, isn't going to affect traditional hunting.
Well, I mean, a lot of the treaty rights were there before Alberta was Alberta.
Yeah, of course.
So it's like this stuff
And
came
I know
first.
it's not hard for people who are in favor of Alberta separation to think, oh, we'll just rip those treaties up, because that's kind of what you have to do in order for Alberta to separate.
I mean, let's be honest. Most of the treaties, the government of Canada tries its best to ignore and pretend that they never signed them in the first place.
They did do that. But I will say, like in British Columbia, they did a lot of the settled land claims. They put an end to a lot of it. by just going, all right, we're going to do this, and we're going to methodically go through it all and do it. It was a huge, long process, but now you're not in a constant state of bitching about it on both sides.
Yeah, perfect.
Right? We came to an agreement.
Settled.
You can
sorted.
go ahead and be unhappy with the agreement, but we came to we sat down at a table and negotiated an agreement. That's why, like Trump ripping up the Iran agreement bothers me, because it's like, it's a bullshit deal. And it's like, I'm sure the Iranians are thinking it's a bullshit deal too. And that's what you want.
According to their latest Lego propaganda.
Yeah. It's the latest.
Oh, God.
I do like the
piles
Lego.
of dead Lego children.
It's not, yeah. Iran's one of those things that it's bothering me so much because it's, like, everything about Donald Trump in regards to the Iranian thing is bullshit and uninformed idiocy.
It's well, I mean, when this whole thing started, and it's like they're going to close down the Strait of Hormuz because every single, oh God, I almost forget the word. Like every single time they play it out, like the Strait of Hormuz is always.
It's like
it's always the bottleneck. It's always the thing
like
that
the
prevents
last
anyone from taking over.
where you make the computer play itself in tic-tac-toe,
Exactly.
and he's like, there can be no winner. It's like, hey, when some guy with a 12-foot, let's stick to theme, canoe with an outboard motor can take out $100 million worth of oil, problem.
Big problem. Yeah.
That's just never going to be a place that can be secure unless everybody agrees that it is.
Well, and every single time they do the, my words are failing me, tangentially.
It's the only one that's going to be left.
Tangentially. Yeah, I mean, anyone who knows anything about anything would have told Donald Trump, yeah, this is a terrible idea, and it's not going to work, and it has been a terrible idea, and it has not worked.
I think he really believed.
And everyone knew that going in.
But I think he really believed that he could bomb them into submission.
Yeah.
Because, what's incredible to me is in every time I've seen him talk about this now, he says contradictory things in all of his sentences. We don't need any help. All sorts of people have offered to help. We don't need their help.
Why aren't you helping us?
And followed by why aren't they helping us? And but we don't need any help.
Yeah.
And the other one is the we've won. They've totally destroyed their military, and then well, okay. Then how have you won? Because the Strait of Hormuz is still closed. The same people are still in charge.
Still in charge?
Bombing doesn't work. I don't know. I think I said this before on the show.
Unless you want to get
Bombing doesn't
boots
work.
on the ground, then bombing alone doesn't work.
Killing members of somebody's family rarely makes them go, well, I guess
I'm convinced.
I guess you win.
You're the good guys. I guess you convinced me with your argument.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I will say, gas ticked down slightly this week for I don't know why.
Yeah, I was taking a bath in it. I was like, oh, this is cheap.
Bathing in gasoline.
Yeah, get me some premium.
I've been pumping a lot of propane into my air conditioning system just to kind of
good.
help with my sleep.
Yeah, wonderful.
Works great.
Wonderful. Who needs kombucha?
Works great. But anyway, he totally called her out. And then she just kind of had to sit there while he was explaining to everybody in rational language why, look, we're all here. We're talking about this, that, and the other thing. Let's, we're all trying to get along. Why are you? Because the way she talks.
Why are you being this way?
The way she talks about it it reminds me a little bit of the way Trump used to talk about the white supremacists back in like 2015 before he got elected.
Look at them. They're adorable.
Yes, well, he was asked a question about David Duke, and he was like, David Duke, I don't know who you're talking about. I have no idea who David Duke is. And then you can go back like 5 years previous of him like talking about David Duke. Like saying, David Duke's a terrible person. He was talking to somebody like, whenever it benefits him, he knows something or doesn't know something. Although I will say recently it does seem like all he can remember is talking points. Like he can't come up with any new data.
I don't think it matters, though, because no one's ever going to call him on anything, and they got rid of all the real journalists, so he can just sort of talk, and if he doesn't like what someone's saying, he calls them a bitch and moves on.
Yeah, it's well, there is no point of asking him any kind of real question.
He doesn't know where he is.
Well, he generally, however you frame the question, he will counter it, right? Like, are you afraid that Oh, I'm not afraid of anything.
I'm not afraid of anything.
That's the only part of the question he actually hears.
I'm the world's least scared man. I've never been scared of anything. My adrenal glands atrophied when I was a child. They're the tiniest adrenal glands.
It's why I didn't go to Vietnam.
So why I didn't go to Vietnam? It had nothing to do with bone spurs. It's because I feel no fear.
Yeah.
I feel no fear.
It's
the one thing Donald Trump and I have in common.
It's gonna
fearless mavericks.
I've been saying it for a while, and I'll continue to say it. It's going to keep getting worse.
Oh yeah.
Everything about
the world
Trump,
in general.
I don't know about the world in general. I'm feeling a lot better about Canada a year into kind of the death of the U.S.-Canada relationship.
Yeah.
Maybe not the death, but the redefining of it. We're certainly not. I would say we're much more aware of our sovereignty than we were 5 years ago.
Well, I mean, if you manage to piss off Canada, because I don't think Americans understand how much like Canada loves, like we like being Canada, and we like not being America. That's what they don't understand.
They don't understand the power of the combination of that.
We don't like. We don't want to be America.
Yeah, it's not just that we're proud to be Canadian. We're proud that we're separate from the United States.
And if you can make Quebec unite with the rest of Canada, you have really screwed up America.
No, but I think that's the other thing. I mean, there's so many things about it that, like the idea that Quebec wouldn't just dose up on maple syrup and fight to the death against America is just ridiculous to me.
It's a huge stockpile of maple syrup.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
It's big.
You corner the markets you can corner, right? That's one of the markets that Canadians can corner. We can corner the maple syrup market.
It still caused it's a big enough storage of maple syrup that someone stole a whole bunch of it, and it was a big enough story. It caused several documentaries to be made about it.
Yes, but I don't think it was.
And 2 porn parodies.
I don't think the reason why the movies were made about the maple syrup heist are so much because it was a compelling story, so much as just the idea that Canada has a maple syrup like Fort Knox.
Yeah.
That piece of information alone, people will buy a ticket to see the movie.
And they're like, where is it? Like, just follow the trail of ants.
Because
follow the ants and you'll find it.
Follow the ants.
The man dressed up as Mrs. Butterworth.
They're just giant barrels of syrup.
They're just...
And I guess it doesn't go bad. It lasts a long time.
Well, all that sugar.
Well, I guess that's the point. Well, as long as it's not exposed to the air, it should be fine.
That's why we use sugar bandages, honey bandages. It's a nice antibiotic.
Really?
Yeah. Sugar bandages are the best.
Sugar bandages.
Yeah. You get a wound in a weird place, you pour a bunch of sugar in it.
Put sugar on the wound.
Yeah, and then you wrap it all up, and then the sugar kind of melts away, and it heals stuff up really fast without antibiotics.
Now, what kind of sugar? Like brown sugar? Like refined white sugar?
Yeah.
Just refined white sugar on like a cut or a wound. Yeah. To aid, like instead of polysporin type of thing?
Turns it into jam. Nothing can grow in there.
Okay, that is like a Farmer's Almanac thing that I was not aware of.
Yeah, we had a bag of sugar in the clinic for wounds and to shrink up like prolapsed assholes, things like that. When you put sugar on a strawberry and it sucks the juice out.
For business and pleasure.
Yeah. So you got a little kid and his bum he's pushed his bum out too far. You just
therefore
put a little sugar on it, wait for the juice to come out, and then poke it back in. These are the things people used to pay me to do.
Let me just finish my visualization before we move on past the
anus is
pushing
the strawberry.
kids' assholes back.
Kittens.
I don't know. I've seen a prolapsed ass before. Okay. Yeah. I mean,
I don't know how you spend your Friday nights.
I've lived a life, right? I've lived a life. I mean, I have internet access. What the hell, man? Right? Who hasn't seen a prolapsed ass? I've seen it seen it in real life.
Okay.
Yeah, and
I wasn't questioning your credentials.
We didn't go on a 4th date, but still.
Fair enough. If you'd had some sugar on you, you would have been like, I can deal with this. Yeah. This is fine.
Just whip out a couple of packs of Sweet and Low and just cookity.
All right, baby, let's do it.
All right. Say hello to Roger Sugar.
Say hello. We're taking the red path home.
Were we talking about like politics a second ago?
Yeah, that's why we're talking about sugar on assholes,
All
because it's the natural conclusion of a talk about politics.
Sugared ass.
Sugared ass.
Yeah. You don't think about that. Maybe that's why the kids are all into the ass eating, right? They've got the sugared asses. It's like talk about your fun dip. There's your fun dip. Right? There's your fun dip right there. Right?
Ew.
Do you remember Fun Dip?
Yeah, I love Fun Dip.
Fun Dip was, I thought was so wonderfully representative of it's kind of a time gone by of, what if we just sold the kids a bag of sugar?
And then a stick made out of sugar.
Yeah. And they'd have a sugar stick, and they'd dip it in the sugar, and then they'd eat it.
Yeah.
Right? Orange,
love
grape,
sugar.
lime, cherry. Perfect.
Boom.
I mean, you're shit out of luck if you like orange and lime. You're going to have to buy 2 packs because they don't mix those up.
What am I, a king? I'm going to buy
But-
2 packs? That's fine. I can deal with this.
That was of the same. It was kind of the Gen X generation. We were the cartoons, plastic toys, pure sugar cereals,
yeah.
and then like
the 80s were so good.
and then after that, I guess the medical studies started coming back on how it was affecting our brains and our bodies. All this plastic and sugar.
We needed something to counteract all the lead we were breathing in.
Well, by
so-
the 80s, they started. By the 80s, they started. Kind of slowly cranking it all back. Right, like you got to tell someone on the cereal box, there's no food in this box, stuff like that. Right.
Let's put some trivia questions on it and make this box educational.
I think of some things like when I started going to summer camp as a very little kid, you didn't have to wear a life jacket in a boat. Right, a lot of kids were walking around in underwear all the time. Kids were dirty, and by the time I was working at the camp, 10 years later. Everybody had to wear a life jacket.
Pussies.
Kids are all brushing their hair.
Gross.
Laundry's getting done. It was.
Let everyone look like a dirty urchin.
Yeah, but I think to some degree, we kind of we like to think of ourselves as growing up as a society. But I will say there's been a huge move in the opposite direction, fashion. Right? People seem to like the idea of like sweatpants and a t-shirt as your day-to-day clothing.
Yeah.
Used to be like completely unacceptable.
What are you in your PJs?
But,
I used to work at the vet library at the university, and people would just come in. And I was like, "Did you just roll out of bed? And, were you sleeping in those
But
clothes?"
I expect that out of university students. I expect
It's like at least change into
Uggs and-
different pajamas.
No,
Change into your daytime PJs. You slept in those, and you're
It's-
walking around the world.
Yeah, it's the pretty girl Uggs, baggy sweatpants, tank top, hair kind of tied up askew.
Yeah, with a pen stuck into it.
Head stuck into it. Because I'm studying.
Because I'm learning stuff.
So this just, I guess the story broke today, or maybe
This just did.
the thing just happened today.
Do I get to hand you a piece of paper?
No, Matthew Perry's assistant
Yes.
has, I don't know what she was actually convicted for, but she's getting 3 years in
Yeah.
He is getting 3 years in,
was his plea deal.
I guess it's prison instead of jail,
Yeah.
for injecting Matthew Perry.
And for your light, yeah.
That part of the story I was unaware of. I was unaware that his assistant had injected him with the lethal dose of ketamine.
Well, he injected him with a
guess
whole
it
bunch
was-
of ketamine that week.
But I guess it wasn't a lethal dose of ketamine. It was just the dose of ketamine that allowed him to pass out. And die
It was
in
a
his hot
lethal
tub.
dose of water in his lungs.
Yeah.
Assisted by
lethal dose of water.
by some
It's a
ketamine.
lethal lack of oxygen.
It was the lethal lack of being above the surface of the hot tub.
Yeah.
Is what happened. Yeah, 3 people. That's the third person who went to prison for this.
3 people? Well,
Because
the
his
dealer.
doctor got in trouble. The ketamine queen who was getting all the
So the doctor,
ketamine,
the dealer, and the injector.
and the assistant.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
At least that, hopefully, people will But the thing it really made me think about is
You have to inject your own ketamine.
if you
You're like,
had,
man, I wish I had an assistant.
if I had enough, enough going on in my life that I have an assistant, but not like an assistant at work, like an assistant that's just your assistant, right?
Just your drug sommelier.
Well, it's your
would you like this evening,
it's
Charles?
your helper human, right? It's the person
Your personal support worker.
I want to throw a party. Figure out how to do that. That's that's
Find me friends.
But I don't know if I would ever get to a level of comfort where I had my assistant injecting me with drugs.
I think when you're on the drugs at that point, you don't care.
Is
I
it
don't
that
think
it's
you
a
care.
but is it like, does ketamine have to be injected like, in a special place, underneath your scrotum or something? Where, like, is it a difficult to reach issue?
No,
Is
I
it,
mean,
it's just pure lazy. Hey,
Yeah, it just
shoot
has to
my
get
drugs
into a
me?
vein. I mean, you could just hit it in a mucous membrane. One of my tricks, I used to like spray it in the face of angry cats.
So my uterus would work.
Your uterus would work. It's hard to get up there. But yeah, and like an angry cat, if you can't get it out of the carrier or do anything with it, you just like spray it in the face with some
Just
ketamine.
spray in the face with
If you
some
get enough
ketamine.
and they absorb enough of it. There's better ways of doing it. But
What happens to a cat when it's
stings.
on ketamine?
they do a Stevie Wonder thing when they wake up. They're all like very Stevie Wonder. But yeah,
It's kind of grooving.
just kind of.
But does it just make them, passive and
Well,
docile?
we mostly use it for anesthesia.
Oh,
So
and
it's
so
the
just
thing
kinda
we
knocks
get.
them out.
It's the thing you get them to knock them out, so you can get them on get the breathing tube in, get them on the gas, and keep them on the gas.
Okay, so...
And then tiny doses, micro doses, will help other painkillers work better.
So in humans, it's like a euphoria drug, right?
It's a euphoria thing. Low doses, they're finding it does different things at low doses. Like you can use it for therapy. They use it a lot.
PTSD and
Yeah.
stuff.
At lower doses, and then at higher doses, it's a dissociative anesthetic, which is why they don't use it in people for anesthesia anymore.
And then
Because you would
get
wake up
Elon
from the
Musk-
anesthesia and be
Elon
like,
Musk making Roman salutes.
well, and also you could tell everyone what they were talking about in the room while they were doing surgery on you. He's like, I heard everything you guys said. I just
Brains
could
awake,
not.
body's not.
Yeah, you're just like floating above and
Ooh,
seeing stuff.
I don't like that.
I've had no interest in ever trying ketamine, although I have faked doing ketamine
Oh, yeah?
multiple times. We had a rave, so it was like, do a little bump, and you're like, no.
Yeah.
Blow it off their thumb. I'm
Yeah.
just going to waste your ketamine. Yeah, I didn't want to do any drugs that I had easy access to. I was
that's a
like,
good
this feels
thought.
like a
That's a
very
good
bad
thought.
idea for me to
That's the
ever
main.
try this.
It's the main reason why I've never done. I've been offered cocaine on occasions, and not my thing.
No, I asked too many questions, and eventually they withdraw their offer of cocaine.
Well, my problem is
How long is it going to last? What's it going to feel like? Do I have to do
I
it?
know I'm going to like it. I know I'm going to like it.
I mean, because
I
people
don't
on
know
cocaine
any-
are so annoying.
I don't know anyone who's ever done cocaine who
like,
did it and was like, "Ugh, that was terrible."
Yeah, but people love heroin too. There's lots of things that people are like, oh my god.
Yeah, but it makes you feel good. I
Yes.
mean, yeah, it's people don't like the effects, like the after effects of
People like being addicted to it, but if you could just do
addiction and-
heroin once,
I don't think I could.
when I'm on my way out, I'd be like, all right, bring it on. Let's do some heroin.
I have
Let's
trouble
do
not
it.
eating cheeseburgers every day. How am I going to get off heroin?
Well, you just do it right before you die. So you don't have
Oh.
that much time being addicted. Yeah. That's when I'm going to do everything. I'm going to smoke meth. I'm going to smoke crack. I'm going to do ketamine.
that could be
I'm going to
the,
do heroin like the day before I die. Be like, all right, let's see what all the fuss is about.
I like the.
Man, I should have been livid this whole time.
I like just the sheer. I don't know what it is. I guess confidence that you have that you've got a heads up on, like, all right, I'm going to die 2 days from now.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Is it a planned suicide?
I'm assuming that Maid will be a little more generous, and just me being like, I'm a little tired today. Be like, all right, are you done? Yeah, I think I'm done.
Maybe that's what they should do with the medically assisted suicide is dictate that the way you have to go is heroin overdose.
Or just wild.
Because
be like,
then
you
your
can
last
go.
your last thought would be, I don't want to die. This feels fantastic.
This is
just as
amazing.
kind of a fuck you.
Or just like try out some stuff. It's like, okay, we got this experimental new drug.
Yeah.
But it might kill you. It might not.
Yeah, that would be great for the medically assisted suicide. We're going to test things on you until you die.
Yeah, we're just going to test a few things on your way out.
Okay, although I do feel we're kind of slowly inching closer to Nazi death camp style programming.
I still feel it's voluntary, though.
Oh, all right.
As long as people are volunteering.
As long as
fine.
people are volunteering. I don't know if it's fine as long as people are volunteering for terrible medical
I
experiments.
think there should, for assisted suicide, I think there should be booths on the corner. I think you could be like, all right, and they're like, are you sure? This is my screening process. I want to kill myself. Are you sure? Yeah. Are you sure? Yeah. They're
Just
like, all right. Yeah,
twice.
Just twice.
Yeah. 2 follow-up
Let's double
questions.
check. Well, what if they change their mind? It's like moot point. The mootest of moot points.
Well, there's a whole thing going through the Canadian system right now. An acquaintance, friend of ours,
Yeah.
Claire Brosseau, is like for
taking the government to court.
taking the government to court over medically assisted suicide, which we already have in Canada.
Yes.
But this is for people who strictly mental illness.
Yeah, she's terrible mental illness. She's like, I cannot function. I do not like this. I do not want this to continue. And the government's like, no. Does like, I mean, on the one hand, you do need a doctor. Like, there has to be a doctor involved.
Yeah. Well, that's the
So
medically assisted part of it.
Yeah, I understand some doctors are going to have their own line and be like, I don't want to do this. But you can find a doctor to do pretty much anything.
I would
They're
think you
not
can.
all great.
Yeah, with all the
They're not all great.
It's all the documentaries on Netflix show you anything. It shows you that doctors are in it for the cash sometimes.
Yeah.
Although I don't know how much cash there can be in medically assisted suicide. Kevorkian was doing it in a van.
Yeah, I guess it depends if you can get them to change their will
Yeah.
right before.
And then you're going to be looking at charges and cops sniffing around afterwards,
no.
right?
Yeah.
Financial incentive. I just, I think the hump that you have to get over for medically assisted suicide just for mental health issues is that the idea that there is no hope. You've got a mental illness that but not that there isn't any cure, that there's no hope to find a way to live with it.
Yeah.
That's the troubling part for me. And that's why people commit suicide, I imagine, is because their hope tank is empty.
Yeah.
Right? And if you don't have any hope for tomorrow,
Why should we force you? Why should we force you to stick around?
Yeah. Anyway, but it's nice to know that you can have an assistant who will inject you with drugs.
I mean, we know ketamine in a hot tub works. We know propofol works. That worked on Michael Jackson.
That's the Michael Jackson one.
I
That's
also a drug I
sleep.
use at work.
I have trouble sleeping, although I have never tried sleeping in an oxygen tank high on drugs.
Have you tried it with a chimpanzee?
No.
There you go. That's your
No.
problem.
I don't imagine anyone would get a good night's sleep with a chimpanzee. If a chimpanzee was in the room, even if you knew the chimp knew you and the chimp were buddies, you're not getting a good night's sleep.
No,
because he's going to be up doing shit in the middle of the night.
Or flinging shit.
Well, flinging shit, doing shit, whatever. It's not going to be a quiet time, right? Do you know how long a chimp sleeps for every night?
Some amount of time. I don't know. Non-human primates. I didn't pay that much attention to that class. We did take a class on non-human primates.
Non-human primates.
Yeah.
Humans are a primate?
Yeah, we're primates.
Oh.
But we weren't allowed to work on
Disappointing.
people, so we had a class called non-human primates. And it was mostly, these are the drugs to give them so you can handle them safely.
So you're allowed to work on any animal but a human being?
Correct.
Really? What happens if you work on a human being? You're just a fella? You're not a doctor anymore?
Person. Yeah, that I'm just enjoying a fun hobby.
Witness to the accident. Just a guy enjoying a fun happy.
I'd just be like, are you like a big dog or are you like a big cat?
All right, put the lotion in the basket, that kind of thing.
Are you a goat or are you a horse?
They see. There you go. You could but this man, as you call him, identifies
Human.
as a porcupine, so that's why I'm treating him. That's where you get into the trouble with the.
I have treated a bunch of dogs who got into fights with porcupines, which is one of my favorite things to do.
Yeah.
Is pull quills out of dogs.
I imagine that.
They just come in, because they always come in, they've had the best day, they've had the best time, they're so proud of themselves, they're wagging their tails, and they're just a face full of porcupine quills. They're like, I don't know what your day's been like, but I had a really fun afternoon. Yeah. And we're like, okay, it's going to get a bit shitty, because we have to pull these all out now.
It's like showing up back to university residence with hickeys all over you.
They just...
It's such a good night.
They just so much, they're so proud of themselves.
But it must hurt like hell to have them all pulled out.
Well, yeah, you knock them out and then you get all the staff on board and you're just pulling quills out.
Okay, and so the Matthew Perry thing, I did not know about the system. And it is interesting that, hats off to the LA, I guess it's the LA prosecutors or the LA County District Attorney, is that they managed to get 3 convictions on that.
Yeah. I mean, the drug, I don't know, the ketamine queen, because she went away for like 15 years. So I think they've been looking for her.
They finally had evidence to bust her business up.
But with the assistant, they're all like, oh, well, like he probably didn't want to get fired. I'm like, yeah, but that's
The
still
assistant
not a
didn't want to.
good reason to.
But that's the thing
Be
is.
like, more ketamine, Matthew? More? Okay.
But
Well, I didn't want to lose my job. It's like, well, now he's dead.
What
now
if
you don't have a job?
Yeah, but what if that was Harvey Firestein? Weinstein.
Harvey Firestein out of things. How dare you?
I get my oversized Jewish celebrities confused sometimes. But what if you know what I mean? What if the person that he was injecting was a terrible, horrible person that we were all kind of hoping was going to slip into a hot tub?
Apparently nobody liked Matthew Perry, but that's not
really.
Oh yeah. There's nobody I know who worked with Matthew Perry has a good story about working with Matthew Perry.
Well, I guess it would maybe depend on when you worked with him.
Yeah.
Because he seemed to have, some ups and downs.
Like during, I guess, I don't know if it was during Friends or post Friends where he made a couple of movies.
Yeah.
And then stopped making movies. It's because nobody liked working with him.
Well, I think it was harder for him to get insurance. Because he was strung out. Yeah.
Drugs, man.
Drugs are a tough one. And you don't hear as many booze stories as, like, I try to think of, like, the last time I heard a real good drunken craziness.
No, it's just DUIs.
Yeah.
Well, occasionally people walking off the balconies. There's just so many drugs now that usually there's drugs in their system.
Like I look at like,
no one's just got alcohol in their system anymore.
No.
Even if they haven't
Tiger's not just drinking, he's on the pills.
Yeah.
Pills and the opioids.
He's having something.
Yeah.
Something.
It does give you hope that even the people that you perceive as top of the pyramid, my life must be great, are like, getting drunk, taking pills, and fucking a pancake waitress in a parking lot.
Good.
They're just as much of a scumbag as the rest of us.
The only difference between us is the amount of money.
This is what occurred to me, speaking of tangents, is we were talking about, I don't know what it was, a couple episodes ago, but we were talking about the U.S. franchises. Dunkin' Donuts we were talking about.
Dunkin' Donuts.
And how they're coming up to Canada.
Sorry, Dunkin'.
But we were talking about all the franchises that we would like to come to Canada, the American ones that, would be welcome. And the one that I didn't mention that I should have was Waffle House.
Oh, just for the fights.
For the fight,
they should just set up a Waffle House on the lawn of the White House. They don't need a UFC fight. Just put a Waffle House franchise there.
That's the thing. But I think a Canadian version of Waffle House, Pancake Hut, whatever you want to call it, Flapjack Shack, Fort Flapjack, Fort Flapjack instead of Waffle House would be good for Canada, right? The whole thing could be just logs all the way around it, like a proper old school fort. Because we do late night food in Canada, and we don't have like a universal let's go to the right, like you don't want to go to Tim Hortons you can't go to Tim Hortons for late night food.
No, I mean there's Denny's, Golden Griddle, but they're all disappearing.
And same thing, I mean Denny's is
just poor man's IHOP anyways.
But Denny's I find kind of depends upon where you are. There are some Denny's which are like great late night, like post-bar Denny's, and there are some Denny's that are just sad and no.
I never went for I never went into a restaurant for post-bar.
Really?
Food. In Quebec, you go to La Belle Province and get something terrible. Some poutine at like 3 a.m. But it was always like, let's go to the Chinese place that doesn't let you in after hours, but still sets up a buffet in their front area. They're like, you can't come in, but we will still serve you food.
Yeah.
In Guelph, we would get the Sun drunken buffet and be like, get your 3 items or 4 items.
Yeah.
Yum.
Like, you've never gone for like
I've never gone for like late night eggs and.
It
was never part of my.
Part of your thing? No, I used to do that.
Experience.
I think Montreal got me into that because there was a lot of, like at 2:00 in the morning, all of the restaurants that were open at 10 p.m. are still open in Montreal, and so as a result, you could get proper food late. And I will say that the being in comedy for so long I don't like to eat before I go on stage, so I'm looking for late night food a lot of the time.
I was down in Michigan and we did like a diner, which was super fun because American diners are still fun.
Yeah, they can
and
still be pretty.
very regional.
Yeah.
You're like, what do you do? Onions in your spaghetti? Okay, let's do this. All right. And what's your thing? Okay, fine.
Yeah, the food. I will say that they all have their. It's like the Instagram has like made these restaurants try to do things to promote their business that are stupid. And one of them is the food challenges. I find
it's all dumb.
Well, it's just
like an eat this much in an hour and you get a free T-shirt.
Right? Like eat the meal for 12, and we'll give it to you for free. And because a lot of these people, these influencers, you know, they got plenty of followers. It is a way to promote your restaurant, and all it's going to cost you is some jerk coming in and eating $100 worth of your inventory.
I did used to watch a Food Network show that was just a guy going around and doing all the food challenges.
It was Man versus Food, right?
Yeah. And then it got a little gross. I was like, I feel like this man is gonna die.
Yeah.
Like, he got big.
You're running.
Adam got a little big by the second season. Even John Catucci, when he was doing You Gotta Eat Here. Yeah. It's like after the first season, he's like, oh, I bring a skipping rope with me, and anytime that we're not, I'm just like skipping rope because all I'm doing is eating all day.
Yeah, if you gave me a show where I was allowed to eat and you were providing with free food to me all day,
4 episodes.
Yeah. Well, and
then a very special 5th
that was
episode.
sponsored by Ozempic. It would
in
be
memory of.
In memory of. Lest we forget. Let's go back and look at the footage of the time Chuck ate so many chicken wings that he died.
And let's the episode before when his eye was twitching. That was apparently a sign. That was a sign.
Do you have any? I have the occasional eye twitch. I have like a tiny little eye twitch every once in a while.
Fun.
Do you have any of those?
I get a little arm.
I get the shoulder one. I sometimes get where it's
like,
just.
What are you doing? What do you want to lift a weight? What are you doing, bicep?
It's like a little like there's a tiny little hummingbird. Thing going on.
It's like I'm just gonna move on my own because you're not moving me enough. I'm like, calm down, calm down, bicep. Who am I trying to impress?
I think of it as whenever I get one of those things in my body now, I kind of picture a wire where like part of the insulation around the wire has worn off, and so that's all it is. That's just
all your nerves are.
Yeah,
just wires covered in myelin.
Myelin? What's myelin?
It's
not urine.
It's not urine.
What is it? That's the coating.
That's the fatty coating of your.
It's a fatty
nerves.
coating.
Yeah, your fatty
that's hurtful.
Coating. Yeah.
It's hurtful for no reason.
Not your fatty coating, not just yours.
Such is why it's everybody's fatty coating.
Everyone's. Yeah, science.
Okay. Well, anyway, did you notice anything different about the studio this week? We are pest free.
We are pest free, except for me. I'm the biggest pest here.
We are pest free this week.
I felt safe. I felt slightly upset that I've been coming here for months and didn't know about the pests. It's only when you've gotten rid of them that you're like, by the way, that sound was tap dancing cockroaches.
Yeah, that was a billion cockroaches in the wall. What it was is an apartment above me.
To justify it.
Apparently,
we'll blame it on someone who's not here.
Somebody moved, and in the process of renovating their apartment, they've upset the roach population, and they all came traveling downstairs.
In my building, we had a hoarder who died. And then when they cleared everything out, all the roaches were like, oh. I'm like, no, stay there.
Yeah. My dad used to say that and this was way back when, but he said when you do a new construction building in New York, the old thinking was you had about a year per floor before you got cockroaches.
Fair enough.
So if you're on the 10th floor, it'll be 10 years before the roaches reach your apartment. Although I imagine, that was probably back in the 80s, and I imagine by now the roaches have had like 48,000 generations, so they're probably pretty good at climbing now.
Yeah, I will say the roaches in Moscow were pretty bad. There was just a point where you're like, okay, I guess the countertop is just 90% roaches.
I was actually very happy because the first cockroaches I ever saw as a person was in Caribbean in St. Martin.
So nice
St.
and
Martin.
Big.
So yeah, they're like
juicy.
They're like
eaten cockroaches.
Mice. They're like the size of mice. And so when I see like our Canadian little tiny cockroaches,
I'm not scared of you.
I was not freaked out by them at all. I was like, these are completely manageable size.
Should have been.
Cops.
They're coming to shut us down. Cops are coming to shut you down.
I'm sorry, but we're gonna have to wrap it up.
Yeah, we're gonna have to wrap it up. The cops are here. They're coming for Chuck's ketamine, and hopefully I get some of it into you before. they bust down the door.
And it's perfectly legal because he's not my assistant.
And Chuck identifies as a cat, so I am legally allowed. I just have to log it as long as I write down the amount of ketamine I used.
So really?
Somewhere.
As long as you jot it down, you're
I just
good.
got to jot it down.
That's the
You
great
just gotta
thing
keep
about
track.
being a vet.
Yeah. They just want us to keep track of it.
Yeah, I've got a few dentist friends like that with the Percocets. Yeah. So your tooth hurts? Just say it. Yeah. Just say your tooth hurts.
Say it.
Thank you. All right.
Thank you.
They can
Say
finish.
it into this microphone.
I can finish filling out the form once you have announced clearly that your tooth hurts. But anyway, our teeth don't hurt.
Nope.
Our teeth are just fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope your teeth at home are good.
Yeah.
It was a wonderful week this week. It was fun chatting.
It was a good chat.
Yeah. And
Good tangents.
next week, we'll be doing something different,
We'll be doing something different.
yet remarkably similar. Yeah.
Who knows where we'll go? We did talk. We did talk about poo again. I will say this. The giant is right. We do manage to talk about poo.
Everybody poops, man.
Yeah, like if not every episode, then at least every other episode. So
Yeah, well, I mean, don't you poop every week?
week.
Yeah.
You gotta increase that frequency once a week.
That reminds me. After the show, I'm going to
just
take my
do it once a
Metamucil,
week.
and we're gonna get this train on time.
Let's do it.
Get the trains running on
Let's
time.
do it.
You can follow Ted at Dr. Ted Morris.
Yeah, that's
You
me.
can follow me at Chuck B. Jokes, and you can follow the show at Preparing to Podcast. But if you don't want to do that, then just follow your dreams instead.
Yeah.
But we would really prefer if you followed us.
Yeah, because your dreams are not going to come true, and this is truth.
This is true.
This is happening.
Yeah.
Your dreams aren't happening. This is.
Exactly. Give up on your dreams.
Give up on your dreams and just listen to us.
And just like, follow, and subscribe.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.